Every crime thriller show needs a talented supporting cast, and in this regard, The Blacklist is no exception.
She's quite determined. We'll have to be as well.
It features numerous supporting characters that are crucial to the storyline. These characters not only have an impact on the main characters like Raymond or Elizabeth, but they also contribute to numerous interesting plot twists.
I'm nobody. It's my first day. Nothing special about me.
Oh, I think you're very special.
Whether it's a member of the task force or the right-hand man of our protagonist, each of these roles serves as a necessary plot device. Therefore, in this video, we will be breaking down all these characters for you. So stay tuned until the end of this video and don't forget to subscribe to the CineWizard. With that being said, let's start today's video.
Something tells me Scotty Hargrave is not the kind of woman who takes no for an answer.
That's why you've been thinking of asking for help. You're not turning to him.
See what? Hideous sweater with the coffee cup in the corner.
What about him?
I think he's watching Mr. Reddington.
You won't have to because the witness, I'm putting him in protective custody.
I just came to talk. You said meant to his apartment.
Like many other shows of this genre, The Blacklist features some incredibly fascinating characters. Each character possesses a backstory and a separate story arc that eventually intertwines with the ongoing main narrative.
Listen to me. You have to make a demand. A few theatrics. Don't listen to him!
Since Season 1, we have developed an affinity for these characters, and unfortunately, some of them are no longer part of the show. Consequently, in today's video, we will delve into their stories and explore their connections to our beloved criminal mastermind, Raymond Reddington.
Isn't what he reveals to the world, but what he hides from it.
The first character in our list is Tom Keene, the late husband of Elizabeth Keene. Originally named Christopher Hargrave, he was abducted at the age of 3. He grew up as Jacob Phillips in the foster home, where he turned to a life of crime at the young age. Eventually, he was recruited by the Major, an underground trainer specializing in espionage and assassination. His first mission as a spy was assigned to him by Raymond himself to keep an eye on Liz. This led him to adopt the persona of the 4th grade school teacher and enter into a romantic relationship with her.
Because I love my wife.
Elizabeth Keene is not your wife, she's your target.
And I was in love with her because that is exactly what I am supposed to be.
However, complications arose when Tom and Liz became romantically involved, which displeased Raymond and resulted in his dismissal. In order to stay by Liz's side, he sought employment with Milos Kirchhoff, also known as Berlin. Tom's character is intriguing within the Blacklist universe. He is the son of Susan Scott and Howard Hargrave.
He's your son.
Who are the owners of private military intelligence company. At the start of the show, Tom and Liz experience a falling out after Raymond exposes his true identity. However, they later reconcile and eventually get married in the 17th episode of the 3rd season. Like other spies and intelligence operatives, Tom possesses various skills such as hand-to-hand combat, proficiency in firearms, and the ability to infiltrate dangerous criminal organizations. Notably, he comes into possession of a bag containing the bones of the real Raymond, becoming the first to suspect that the Raymond everyone knows is an imposter. In his quest for the truth, he tragically meets his death at the hands of Jan Garvey. In the 8th episode of the 5th season, his death serves as a significant plot twist and becomes a crucial turning point for Liz in her pursuit of uncovering the truth about Raymond's identity. The other significant supporting character in the show was Catherine Nemec.
The leader works for Kirk. He'll know where to find them.
The cleaner suddenly fancies herself the strategist.
We know her throughout the series as Mr. Kaplan and a loyal friend as well as an advisor of Raymond.
I know you don't want to talk to me. Fine. Then listen.
Her real name, Kate, was revealed in the episode Monarch Douglas Bank. She often assisted Red in getting rid of bodies and cleaning up crime scenes. In the episode Requiem, more details about her past were revealed. Her mother passed away in 1962, and we saw her attending the funeral with her father.
What happens in life writes a story in our flesh.
Kate got her education by learning multiple languages like French, Italian, Russian, and German for her diplomatic jobs. She briefly attended Northwestern Medical School but dropped out to pursue a master's in child development. She eventually became a nanny for Katerina Rostova and looked after her daughter, Masha, whom we know as Elizabeth.
In English, please. Go fish. I asked you.
After her mission is exposed and she went on hiding from KGB and the Cabal, Katerina advised Kate to leave Masha with Sam Scott. After some initial reluctance, Sam agreed to take her for her until Katerina returned. Afterward, Kate sought solace with Annie Kaplan, who became her romantic partner. Annie planned to learn about being a bail bondsman from her uncle Little Nikos in Amarillo, Texas, and Kate followed her there. During a romantic dinner, they were interrupted by an ex-convict seeking revenge on Nikos.
Go. All right, we don't want any trouble.
I don't want your money!
The ex-con, referring to Kate as Mr. Kaplan, shot Annie and her. She managed to get Annie outside before losing consciousness. 3 weeks later, she woke up in the hospital after having a steel plate implanted. Little Nikos visited her and informed her of Annie's death, which caused Kate to break down in tears. Nikos considered Kate part of his family due to Annie's feelings of her and offered her a job as his assistant and fellow bounty hunter.
We will get through this together.
How?
In 1991, Sam approached her, informing her that Reddington wanted to see her. Angry at Reddington for the events that led to her abandoning Elizabeth and Katerina, she initially refused to meet him. However, Sam revealed that Elizabeth was in danger. Kate reluctantly agreed to meet Raymond. He explained that his criminal empire was built with the sole purpose of keeping Elizabeth safe. He offered her a job to watch over and protect Elizabeth, with Kate making it clear that she would prioritize Elizabeth's interests over Reddington's.
If you ever put me in a position where I have to choose, I will choose Elizabeth
She was one of the few individuals who knew that the real Raymond had been replaced by an imposter over 20 years ago. She learned many of his secrets but was unaware of the existence of Dominic, Katerina's father. In a flashback in 2013, just before the events of the pilot episode, she tried to persuade Raymond not to turn himself into the FBI.
He'll be fine. He's in FBI custody.
You almost got her killed and you betrayed me.
No. I kept my word to you.
After Elizabeth's daughter Agnes is born, Kate started to see Raymond as a threat to Liz and her family. Therefore, she came up with the idea of Elizabeth's fake death. When Raymond came to know that, he shot her on his betrayal and left her to die in a forest. However, she survived and came back to extract her revenge.
What they get is revenge. The satisfaction of knowing that their debt has been repaid.
In 2017, she dealt a significant blow to Reddington's criminal empire by exposing his history. She provided the FBI with the bodies of his unidentified victims, stole his bank accounts, and revealed the truth behind his black market connections.
You've already double-crossed me once today.
Then call my people.
Your people will kill me on sight.
She also targeted the Task Force for Destruction and agreed to testify against them. Nonetheless, her desperate alliance with Laurel Hitchin resulted in the Task Force's continuation, and she activated a failed deadly option by taking her own life in Season 4's finale.
K2. But it's time to end this. Stop it.
FBI!
Dembe Zuma is one of the most beloved characters from the show in the Blacklist. He's a humble, loyal, and intelligent bodyguard and friend of Raymond Reddington. Dembe's character development throughout the series is exceptional. Initially introduced as Raymond's bodyguard, he has now become an active agent of the task force.
Was your alarm, but the man who got to your sister, he's coming after you too.
Dembe is a man who was once a freedom fighter in South Sudan. In an episode called The Mombasa Cattle, we learned that he was born as the youngest son of a farmer named Samuel Zuma. Tragically, when his father reported the Mombasa cattle to the authorities, the cattle responded by killing Dembe's father, mother, and siblings. They then sold him to human traffickers. For 8 long years, he endured a life of slavery and suffering at the hands of these traffickers. He was held captive until the age of 14 when Reddington discovered him.
His name is Dembe. Dembe Zuma.
Dembe was in a terrible state, half dead and chained to a pipe in the basement of the brothel in Nairobi. Raymond rescued him, took care of him, and helped him recover his health. He also ensured that Dembe received an education. He worked hard and eventually obtained a bachelor's degree in English literature. He became fluent in 4 languages and learned 6 other well enough to communicate.
He graduated university with a bachelor's degree in English literature, 4 languages fluently, and can get by in half a dozen more. He is.
He is also an expert in firearms and hand-to-hand combat, as we have witnessed him using these skills on multiple occasions. Records confirm that he accompanied Reddington to various places such as Sierra Leone, Brussels, Murmansk, and Belfast. Dembe has shared that he deeply cares for 3 individuals in the world: his daughter Isabella, his granddaughter Ellie, and Raymond. He is among a very few people who know the truth about Raymond Reddington. He knows that the man who goes by that name is not the real Raymond, but an imposter who assumed his identity over 30 years ago.
Give up now. You can't let Kid destroy everything that gives you purpose.
Despite this knowledge, Demby remains fiercely loyal to him. However, despite his loyalty to his friend, we have seen Demby question Raymond's actions at different points. As a devout Muslim, he follows Islamic teachings that prohibit him from practicing inhuman actions. That's why after the 8th episode, he made a decision to join the task force to redeem himself. His decision deeply affected Raymond, but as a friend, he respected Demby's choice. Although he is now an agent, whenever Raymond is in danger, Demby steps up to protect his friend. For example, in the 9th season, when Raymond was at war against Marvin Jarrett, Demby protected him against all odds.
Marvin right now controls the trading hub in Kuala Lumpur.
Bobby, get with DGSE. See what they can tell us about the murdered courier.
It seems like Reddington gave us this
navigated with care, as we do with any CI.
But our CI is responsible for 86 homicides.
Harold Cooper is a central figure in the Blacklist saga, known for his extensive experience and impressive track record within the FBI. He is currently the deputy director as well as the head of the task force. He has earned a reputation for his sharp investigative skills and ability to navigate complex cases.
But for now, I accept it. You'll be going alone. Here's how it's going to work.
His leadership style is characterized by his composed demeanor, strategic thinking, and strong adherence to protocols. Thanks to his attention to detail and his commitment to ensuring that every operation is conducted lawfully and ethically, the task force is able to arrest a lot of criminals. Despite the high-stakes nature of his work, he often maintains a level-headed approach and serves as a voice of reason within the task force. Throughout this series, Cooper is depicted as a mentor and father figure to the members of the task force. He values their well-being and fosters a supportive environment within the task force. Despite the challenges and risks involved, his leadership instills a sense of trust among the team.
That, or it's being slow-walked to him.
I'll make sure we get everything to Herbie ASAP.
Good.
In addition to his professional accomplishments, Cooper's personal life is occasionally explored in the show. He is portrayed as a family man devoted to his wife and children. These glimpses into his personal life add depth to his character and highlight the sacrifices he makes for his job. Like the real Raymond, he is a former Navy officer who later joins the FBI.
Harold Cooper, Assistant Director of Counterterrorism.
Yes, sir, I know who you are, sir.
Back in 2003, he served as a senior FBI agent in Afghanistan, focusing on anti-terrorism efforts. His relation with Raymond has grown to some kind of odd friendship. Raymond's manipulation often produces a clash between him and Cooper. Following the tragic death of Elizabeth Keene, he and Charlene generously took in her daughter, Agnes Keene, at Liz's request.
Agnes, I guess first I want to say how sorry I am. We're so very glad to have you.
Agent Donald Ressler is a highly dedicated and senior member of the task force.
Being honest, some of the blood he's spilled is on our hands.
I agree with Dressler.
Suggesting killing him.
Of course not. I'm not suggesting anything other than what we already know to be true.
He is known for his commitment to justice and exceptional record with the FBI. Despite his deep hatred for criminal activities, he makes an exception for Raymond due to their connection and Raymond's effectiveness in capturing criminals. He also deeply cares about his teammates and works tirelessly to protect them. Although his relentless pursuit of criminals can sometimes cloud his judgment, he remains calm and cautious. This ability has earned him a reputation for reliability, which is appreciated even by Raymond himself. As a special agent, he initially led the investigation on Raymond's case until Elizabeth Keene joined the team. He has been tracking him for most of his career, but has always been one step behind. Throughout the series, Dressler faces setbacks, including failed attempts to assassinate Reddington and the arrest of suspected allies in Japan.
Agent Dressler, this is Agent Navabi.
That was fast.
We understand you have information regarding James Maddox.
In his personal life, Dressler's background is revealed, including the tragic murder of his father. An officer in the Detroit Police Department, his father was killed by a drug dealer in a trap set by his corrupt partner. Dressler seeks revenge by confronting and shooting the corrupt partner, Tommy Markin. These events shape his dedication to law enforcement and his unwavering pursuit of criminals. Initially, Dressler's relationship with Elizabeth starts off on the wrong foot, but it gradually evolves into a professional and respectful partnership. After the death of Elizabeth's husband, Dressler becomes her major ally in her quest for the truth about Raymond. Their bond grows stronger, leading to a romantic relationship. Elizabeth's death deeply affects him, causing him to struggle with substance abuse and initially leave the FBI. However, he eventually returns to resume his duties.
Three blacklisters. Jeff Pearl, Alistair Pitt, Milos Kirchhoff.
I'm not Reddington's employee.
Aram Mojtabai is a computer wizard within the task force.
I've never been so relieved to be told I'm not interesting. I thought we could,
found this burner phone, and I had the cell carrier triangulate its location.
Born in Delaware to immigrant parents, he is known for his exceptional intelligence and anxious nature. He possesses a witty sense of humor, which he often uses as a coping mechanism. He has an impressive talent for languages, including Russian, and even learned advanced calculus at the young age of 8. Prior to joining the FBI, Aram worked for the NSA for 14 years. It was his expertise in computers and IT that caught the attention of Harold Cooper, leading to his recruitment into the task force. Although he typically doesn't engage in field work as an agent, he is called upon when his language or computer skills are required. He plays a vital role in providing technical support and utilizing his knowledge to assist the team in their investigations. Despite his anxious nature, Aram is a loyal and valuable member of the task force. His humor and personality often lighten tense situations, bringing smiles to the faces of his fellow team members.
And no matter how we feel, I think we have to do something about it.
We lose him for good. What are you doing?
He escapes.
Throughout the series, he maintains a close friendship with Elizabeth and aids her in her search for the truth. However, following her death, Aram decides to pursue his passion for starting an IT firm. Eventually, he departs from the FBI at the end of season 9, embarking on a new chapter in his life.
Great, I'll go with you.
Alina, you can't be in the field.
And I won't be. I'll be in the car.
Reddington's handing him something. It's cash.
Agent Alina Park is initially introduced to the task force as a potential new member. As he joined, Aram was skeptical for her at first sight. However, Elizabeth believed she is the right fit for the job due to her hidden secrets and darker side. After meeting Raymond Reddington, Park expresses her concerns to Liz about the job bringing out her dark side. She decides to confront Reddington about her reservations, but when she finds him held at gunpoint by Francesca Campbell, she took action. Park shoots Reddington in the arm to free him from Francesca's grasp and engages in a fierce fight with her. The intense confrontation nearly leads to Park killing Francesca using a shard of glass. This act impresses Reddington and changes his perception of Park, leading him to request her permanent addition to the task force. Prone to violence, she was very expert in hand-to-hand combat, but apart from being a great agent, we saw her only in 3 seasons.
Sao Paulo. Another citation departs 45 minutes after Alejandro Gomez is abducted.
Same part.
I didn't like her. I mean, I came around, but...
I just got a call from a trucker on the Southern Tier Expressway. We received one.
Get out of the car! Get out of the...
He's certainly doesn't approve of my visit today.
So, which of these characters is your favorite? Tell us in the comments and subscribe to the Cine Wizard for more videos like this.